Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Janine McGowan. I design cross stitch under the name The Blue Flower, and this is my Flosstube, episode 31. 31! Can't believe it. Anyway, it's the 25th of September. Beautiful day here in Nevada. We've gone into proper fall weather, so for us it's about 85 during the day and about 45 at night, which means we can have the windows open pretty much all the time. I looked it up for you people who work in Celsius. That's about 30 degrees during the day and 7 at night, according to the internet. So we are really enjoying it. It's the kind of weather that makes me feel invigorated, and I want to cook things that stay in the oven for 5 hours and get incredible flavor, and I want to bake and stitch and eat apples and make pie, all of the fall things. So I'm really enjoying that. All right. First up this week is stitching in action, and I don't actually have anything to show this week, but I'm seeing a lot of wonderful works in progress online, and I'm looking forward particularly to several of those. So keep those coming. As always, there's a spot on the website where you can submit those so everyone can see what you've done. And I look forward to seeing them all. I see we have a Pilsner joining us at the moment, so we'll see what he decides to contribute this week. On to what I'm stitching. I took a little bit of a side quest, and I'm doing Grounding Force from Heartstring Samplery. That's this one here. And last week I had shown it as my stash spotlight and got inspired to start it. I was initially thinking of doing it in a very kind of spooky Halloween-y palette, but I ended up sticking fairly close to the original, although I did find as I was looking for linen, I don't have any black linen. Who knew? So I need to buy some, and if anyone has any good black or very dark linens that they have used and recommend, I'd love to hear from you because I would like to do that. However, I went ahead and started it on a midnight linen. It's a little bit darker than it's going to look on here, but that's okay. It says 40 count Abyss linen from Fabrics by Stephanie, and so I get it to show a little bit better. I'm loving the way it's coming out. I didn't do the edge flowers as strawberries the way they are in the original. I did them a bit more like lantern flowers. So let's get, it always looks a bit yellow when you bring it close. So trying to balance that. But I am really enjoying this, and it's a pretty fast stitch. It's a quarter of the way done already, and I've had to spend some time working on a model, so I haven't even worked on it this whole 2 weeks, but it's coming right along. So that's Grounding Force from the always magnificent Beth Twist. On to this week's stash spotlight, which may inspire me to another, well, it will be another new start, but I'm hoping to finish Grounding Force first. This is a chart. I don't really have unicorn charts. I have so much that I have that I want to stitch that I just don't really have any others that you can't get except for this one. I saw this at an Acorns and Threads Stitch Summit several years ago, and I loved it, but it's out of print, can't get it. However, Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, very kindly let me Happy Heart Sampler from Birds of a Feather. There we go. I am so excited to stitch this. Now, I don't know if it was wrinkly when it came to me, because I know it's been passed around a bit, and I have 2 more people in line who are getting it after me. But I unpacked it. I was so excited. I set it aside for a minute, and Rye stole it. So there's at least one almost puncture right there. Rye was here. She left her mark. And Michelle very graciously sent it with this beautiful bag from Diana. It is Kismet. I'm blocking Pilsner's cameos here, but look how pretty. Blue and flowers. I love it. Fortunately, it was in the bag, so you can see where Rye got a hold of the entire thing, but the bag, apart from being beautiful, saved the pattern. So I'm going to make a good photocopy to work from, and then I'm going to put this somewhere very safe so that doesn't happen again until it's out of my hands and safely on to the next person. So I am so sorry, Michelle, about Rye, but thank you so much. So this will probably be a new start soon, but I do want to finish Grounding Force first. All right, on to the world around. I actually had some wonderful photos that a stitcher shared with me for this week's World Around, but I had to postpone those until the next one because my calendar reminded me that it is Fat Bear Week again. So coming up the 29th of September through the 5th of October, you can vote on the most chonky, magnificent bear This is an annual event from the Katmai National Park in Alaska, and you can see all of the information and the streaming cams of the bears at explore.org. I was watching the cameras the other day and looking at a group of bears in the stream waiting for the salmon, and most of the bears are standing and they're ready and they're watching the salmon. And there's this one bear in the middle who's just sort of sitting like the way Rye sits when her back half is on the ottoman and her front half is standing up, just sitting there chilling, waiting for the salmon to come by. And it was a very large bear, so maybe the strategy is working. I would like to think that in that situation I would be that relaxed bear, but sadly I would probably be racing around, all panic and no disco. That's me. But I chose this year for my candidate bear 909, particularly because, according to the park ranger, she started out very anxious when she was younger, and when she separated from her mother and started going on her own, she was very cautious about the other bears. But she found herself a good spot, and she's gathering her courage, and she seems to be gaining weight nicely this year. So yeah, that's my vote, bear 909. All right, questions. I actually had a question from the comments last week, and someone had asked about the stitch pieces you can see behind my head, which, with the right hand here, the two next to the door I've already spoken about in past Flosstubes, and the one on the door I tend to switch up if I have something new or just something I want to show. And last time when they asked about it, it was the color of winter, which I can't show because it's not there this week, but it's off at the printer being looked at. I have been going through a project slowly to go through all the old designs and have the printer convert them to files that he can use and make slightly better, clearer, more reliable covers for. So that's the ongoing project, but Color of Winter is one of those that's taking its turn at the printer. However, I have, whoops, if I can reach it here, I have been hanging this one, which is an old design, and I can't remember if I've talked about it or not. But it's seasonal, so I had this one up on the door. This is one of my earliest ones called Harvest Hymn, and I actually had, it's from an old hymn, Now the Year is Crowned with Blessing. I had started charting it with the entire verse of the hymn, and I started stitching all of that over one and decided I didn't really want to show the whole verse. So I changed it because I was lazy. But I've got inspired by little flax flowers and wheat, all sorts of fall colors and motifs down here. I've got some Texas cattle and giant vegetables in carts, just something seasonal. So that's what's hanging on the door these days, and I'm sure I will switch it up again soon. All right, best thing this week is Galleria. I don't know that I can say I wish, well, I kind of wish I was there. I mean, that's a lot of people and it would be a bit much, but it looks like it's so fun and there's so much great stuff. So I'm sure, like a lot of us, I'm waiting for all the designers to come back so that I can put in my order for the special things. I know Steph, who didn't unfortunately get to attend, she was ill, or is ill and is recovering. She has a great new release, the Raven Needle book that I want to get my hands on, and then that beautiful new one from Hands on Design with the harvest, the pumpkin, and I'm just completely blanking on the name of it, but it's with the charity donation. That one's beautiful. So I know she insisted that there's enough and that we can order later, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And again, we've got Pilsner participating in the background there. But yeah, for everyone who's at Galleria and sharing pictures, thank you so much for sharing with the rest of us. We can get a little feeling of what it's like to be there. And then we'll just look forward to getting the awesome offerings when they come back to the stores. So, all right, on to giveaway. The giveaway last week, let's see, was this great kit from Owl Forest Embroidery, Bayun Cat. Let's see if we can get a beautiful big cat with all the interesting motifs, lots of fun, and it's a kit with the beautiful fabric and the needle minder, all the good stuff. The keyword was cat, so it's appropriate that Pilsner's putting in some appearances this time. But the winner of this one is Daisy Deb. So Daisy, congratulations. Get in touch with me, send me your address, and I will get that out to you so you can enjoy it. She does have two cats, so she'll have to decide which one this is dedicated to, or both. All right, this week, extra good giveaway this week because it's the tail end of Sampler September. I've got this awesome pack from Lindy Stitches. Oh dear, that's going to be tough to see. Take it out of the bag here. This is Susie Sampler Maker, hence Sampler September, from Lindy Stitches. This is a follow-up to the wonderful Mary Needleworker. Look how beautiful. And being the kits that she puts together, you get this awesome freebie with the little turtle. I love this one. And all the beautiful threads. Look at those. You get this amazing project bag from the 805 Stitcher with this great trim, a little bit of candy. Look, I love this fabric. I really love this fabric. It's perfect. It's the perfect late summer feeling where it feels a little bit like fall is coming, but still wonderful. And again, the little special pull of the flower. So the 805 Stitcher, Lindy Stitches, fabulous giveaway this week. Use the keyword sampler for Sampler September in your comment, and we will get that off to you as soon as you win. So I don't have any announcements this week. This is a very calm week, which is nice. You know, you need that. You need the periods to recover, and I think I'm feeling recovered, which is blissful. So I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. And vote for the bear. Maybe 909 if you feel so inclined. We could push her over the top this year. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you soon. Puppy video at the very end, where I actually did a little bit more active stuff this time, so enjoy that. Everyone's feeling more motivated right now. Bye.